How do we use Sown to Grow for our students, and what is the sequence of our lessons? We first want to enter into the Clever menu and scroll down. In my case, it's towards the bottom to the Sown to Grow app. It's this green and white icon with the 3 leaves. You're going to log in with your respective Alpha Google account. My homepage may look completely different than yours, but it look very similar at the top portion. I'm just going to go straight to the modules. Yes, it will look very similar on the sidebar here, but obviously as a dean, I have access to every grade level. So we're going to start with Monday. What is supposed to be rolled out Monday? Mondays will be utilized for our emotional check-ins. There are 3 categories here. As you can see, the little icons are respective to specific grade bands. So there is a simplified emotional check-in. There is a elementary school specific check-in and a middle school emotional check-in. Now, as you can see, there are also learning strategies that are available that you can utilize all the way from focus, feelings, and to relationships. And again, these are all provided for every grade band except the simplified one. Now, the simplified one is a new update for the little ones to be able to access the opportunity to share their emotions. So that is the only one that is very unique for our scholars. When you look at your week 1 results, the student names will populate with the results for an emoji. Later, I will show you the student side of what it may look like from their side, but for today's sake, we are going to look at the teacher's side. Now, Tuesdays and Thursdays are reserved for our SEL lessons. Specifically, I'm going to utilize the first grade curriculum as an example. Again, you can see your learning strategies here. Obviously, there are different categories for these strategies that you can utilize, but we're going to focus on the lessons specifically. If you notice, all the 7 topics throughout the entire school year are already provided to you if you want to take a peek. We're going to utilize the SEL intro topic, and if you can see with the drop-down menu, it breaks it down by the week and their respective dates. Again, these lessons at our school are only pushed out on Tuesday, and if you want to, Tuesday and Thursday. What is the main question or topic for that week? We can see is why reflect. And deeper, what is reflection? What is one way that you reflect? There is a link provided for the lesson slides, and as I previewed during our PD, it gives a breakdown, a synopsis of the entire lesson. It gives us differentiation opportunities, an extension if you want to utilize on Thursdays, and even Fridays if you choose to do so, among ELD options and other really useful opportunities and strategies. So every slide deck should have this start page for you. I always put this slide deck page in front of the classroom as they come into their SEL block. Now, do you have to utilize every single slide to its finest detail? No, but please make sure to internalize the entire lesson and highlight the most important and critical parts of the lesson. At the very end of the lesson, students will get an opportunity to show how they're feeling via emojis, these 5 emojis that they see on their side for Sown to Grow. And then typically, they'll get an opportunity to answer that question that is below the emojis. In this case, for this lesson is what is reflection? What is one way that you reflect? Again, they should be using complete sentences here, of which on your end, you will see the student results and you have an opportunity to respond to. Now, Fridays, what do we do with Fridays? Fridays typically are flex days, so maybe one of the lessons was just very rich and you wanted to review it. Maybe you wanted to utilize the aforementioned extension lesson to talk about it more. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to utilize that space for academic purposes to catch up on assignments or an extension lesson related to a topic or an upcoming lesson. So that's simply how you use Sown to Grow. we have our three categories here, and I just remembered I did not go over this, but our weekly academic check-ins should occur on Wednesdays. Again, there are the learning strategies available for our academic check-in. Now, this lesson requires students to actually open up Infinite Campus. So we go back to our Clever menu, scroll through the menu, and find the Infinite Campus application. We click the application. Students should be clicking single sign-on SSO to be able to log in. It should automatically populate where their alpha respective email. In this case, I'm just going to click my name and it should be able to log in after I click the continue button. Again, my screen may look different than yours and the students, but on the left bar, there should be a hyperlink for grades. Mine says gradebook, but again, it should say grades. And once they click grades, they should be able to see missing assignments, the full menu of assignments that they received via the teacher submitting it online, as well as the overall grade for that respective class. They're going to take that percentage and provide a numeric value for that class. So language arts are going to type in a percentage, math are going to type in a percentage, and then at the end, it should come up with a question that asks them what their next action steps are to improve that grade, to receive assistance for that class, so on and so forth. And again, this should be submitted with complete sentences. So again, Mondays are our emotional check-ins. Tuesdays and Thursdays are committed to SEL. And Wednesdays are committed to the academic check-in. So again, Thursday and Friday may not be fully committed to SEL or the other aforementioned topics, but make sure to utilize those opportunities to enrich students on any of these three categories. Please make sure to reach out to me as a dean for any further questions.